I've been thinking for a long time, il faut que je fasse une vidéo sur le subjonctif en français. But the reason that I have not made one so far is because it's such a huge topic and it's been covered in so many different ways across the internet, and I don't like to reinvent the wheel. I like to add my own flavor and experience to the big French language topics. So today I thought in this video I'm going to simply walk you guys through the 5 or 6 subjunctive triggers that I have found myself using most here in France in everyday life to help you guys simplify the challenge of the subjunctive by learning what another foreigner in France actually needs in his day-to-day life rather than what he doesn't. So if that sounds like your tasse de thé or cup of tea, allez, c'est parti. Welcome back to the channel tout le monde, and if you're new here, bienvenue. Je m'appelle Alex, I'm an English guy living here in the sunny south of France, and my channel is the place to be for practical French learning tips, whether you are like me living in a French-speaking country or just a keen Francophile. I would love it if you hit the like button down below the video and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. But enough of that, let's get into today's video. So although this video is going to be a list of my most commonly spoken and heard triggers of the French subjunctive in everyday life, I do want to start by saying that the subjunctive is a huge topic, and one thing that will make your life easier is knowing that the subjunctive is always 100% of the time found after the word que. There are a lot of exceptions in this language, but this one is a rule 100% of the time. If you see the subjunctive, it will have been preceded by que. With that said, the first thing on my list is one that you heard me say at the top of this video, and it is il faut que. Il faut que. Now, no video in the subjunctive should go without mentioning il faut que, and I doubt that exists because it is just the number one most commonly used trigger of the subjunctive. Il faut que. Or even at high speed in regular French, they'll just say faut que. Faut que. It means depending on the subject that follows it, that person is needing something or needing to do something or must do something, right? It's complicated for English speakers. I've done a video all about it over here, which you can go check out to explain a bit more about why you should use il faut que if you're an English speaker. But just know that it means need to or have to in French. Give you an example. At the top of this video, I said il faut que je fasse une vidéo sur le subjonctif en français. So you can see il faut que je fasse. Fasse is the conjugation for faire in the first person. Je fasse. Numéro 2 on my list of ways that I introduce and here introduced the French subjunctive a lot is saying être content que, or to put it in a proper sentence, je suis content que tu sois là. Je suis content que tu sois là. I'm happy that you're here. If you express happiness, that's an emotion. You follow that by que and then a subject and then followed by the subjunctive. Je suis content que tu sois là. And this goes along with je suis heureux or je suis heureuse, je suis ravi, que, etc. Whenever you express an emotion like this with je suis, then you follow it by que followed by the subjunctive. Je suis content que tu sois là. Numéro 3 on my list of common everyday triggers for the French subjunctive is saying that you like something. So j'aime que, again, tu sois là. J'aime que tu sois là, to use the same example in the previous one, because it's giving an opinion, but it's also a personal opinion. It's emotion based. So j'aime que tu sois là. This can be extended into the conditional, and you can say j'aimerais que, which means I would like que tu viennes ce soir. J'aimerais que tu viennes ce soir. And this works with also voudrais, the other way to say would like. Je voudrais que tu viennes ce soir. So even though I'm giving you 5 or 6, I'm also giving you 2 or 3 within each one of the things on my list. It's just too difficult not to. I'm writing this trying to restrict the list down. It's just impossible. Now, if you've seen one of the first videos on my channel all about pour, which I'll link up here just to see how bad I was on camera back then, you'll know that pour can translate a lot of the time to in order to. In order to. And in that video, we talk about pour followed by an infinitive of a verb. Pour faire ça, pour aller au travail, pour être content, right? So that's followed by the infinitive. No subjunctive there, and there's no que there. So when you want to say in order to, and then you need to use a person, in French you say pour que. Pour que, voilà, there's that que we expect to see before the subjunctive. You have pour que Alex aille au travail. Pour que Alex aille au travail. And aille is the subjunctive conjugation here for aller. So instead of pour que Alex va au travail, it's pour que Alex aille au travail. Now, another way to say in order to in French is afin que. Afin que, and this is more formal, I believe, than pour que, but we like variety here on this channel, so it follows the same rule. Afin que Alex aille au travail. Afin que Alex aille au travail. Numéro 5 is when you're saying something is important. It's important that such and such does this, or such and such happens, right? C'est important, ou il est important, you can use both. Il here is just it, not he. C'est important que tu sois là. Il est important que tu arrives tôt. So here, arrive, it looks like the present indicative, but it's actually the subjunctive, because a lot of the regular verbs have the same conjugation in subjunctive as in the indicative, so no need to worry there. But c'est important que introduces the subjunctive. Last but not least on this list of the most common triggers I say and hear in French is c'est normal que. C'est normal que. And it's been so long that I've been using c'est normal and c'est normal que that I can't even think of the appropriate equivalent in English. But for example, when you perhaps are late for something, right, let's say, and you want to sort of apologize or to explain yourself, and the other person knows that the reason you're giving is completely legitimate and they completely understand, like perhaps your child had an accident and you were late, you had to take them to the hospital, right? You turn up, you explain that, and they go, oh no, ne t'inquiète pas, c'est normal. C'est normal. They say that a lot, c'est normal. So with that in mind, they also say c'est normal que. C'est normal que tu ailles aux urgences avant de venir ici. It's normal that you would go to the hospital before having to come here, before coming here, right? So c'est normal que. And I think this introduces the subjunctive because it is an opinion. But anyway, this isn't really a video about the reasons, although I have given some because I love the grammar. This is just one to remember. C'est normal que introduces the subjunctive. Voilà, c'est tout pour cette vidéo, tout le monde. Now it's your turn, however, because this list was far from exhaustive. I could have gone much further and named many other things, but that would defeat the point of the video. So what I would like you to do is down in the comments, tell me the other ways that you know to introduce a subjunctive and try your hand at a sentence with them. I'll be looking out for your suggestions down in the comments and I'll respond to each and every one. Si la vidéo vous a plu, if you enjoyed the video, don't hesitate to give a like down below. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. But until next time everyone, merci beaucoup d'avoir regardé. À la prochaine. Ciao.